Welcome back everybody to another Fruity Loops tutorial. I've had a bunch of PMs in game asking me this question, so today's topic is going to be leveling guide. A leveling guide I'm going to go over each range, where it's a good place to level when you're a certain level. As you level up, I'm going to tell you different places that are good. Let's get started. Levels 1 to 115. Doing quests and fighting mobs in Incarnum. Around level 7 to 10, Cardorium's Crypt can be a good place. Find you some friends or people to go with. Some quests in Astrub can be an alternate source of experience. Astrub is free to play. Around level 12, Wars and Prospects in the Astrub Forest. And you can do Schaefer's in the Cemetery of Incarnum. If you're pay to play, from approximately level 6 or so, you may choose to leave, 6 to 10, you may choose to leave Incarnum for the Astra Rocky Inlet. From levels, when you get to level 15 to 20. Free to play. If you're still in Incarnum, keep doing the Cardorium's Crypt and the mobs there, and Schaefer's in the cemetery. Keep doing the Boars and Prospects in Astrub Forest. The Field Dungeon comes available if you can find a right size group. One-Armed Bandits, they're also located in the Forest of Astrub. You could go to the fields and the meadows and fight wild sunflowers and some of the mobs in there. Pee-wees in Astrub City. If you're paid to play, continue with Astrub Rocky Inlet and the Kania Fields. You can actually opens up and you can do plant mobs there. Try to avoid the Fungi Masters because they're a little bit too strong for this level. You could start doing Blops and Biblops weak to your element. You can start doing mobs in the Lousy Pig Plain, fighting Lousy Pig Knight and Lousy Pig Shepherds, but not big. Oh, and piglets. But not too big of mobs because they hit pretty hard. You could try Treechnids and Trunknids. And there's also a quest to get to Otami Island. That's you will go from level 15 to 20 in about 30 minutes if you can get there. It's pretty good. Levels 21 to 30. If you're free to play, continue with Forest or Astrub Forest mobs, and the dungeon and the bandits and the Astrub Meadow. Pee-wees, still continue with that. Pay to play, if you're pay to play, continue with the Astrub Rocky Inlet, continue with the Blops, and actually, if you can get the quest to go to Otami Island, there's an island called Castaway Island that you can unlock at the same time, and mobs on Castaway Island is good. You could probably, since you're doing Kania Field Monsters, you can now start doing Fungi Masters that are alone or with one other monster, because they hit pretty hard. You could go to the Cradle. The Gobble mobs there. Continue with the Lousy Pig Plain, and Treechnids continue there. You could also try the Kauai River crab mobs. Levels 31 to 40. If you're free to play, continue with the Schaefer's and the Astral Forest mobs and the Field Dungeon. Pay to play, continue with Castaway Island and Blops and Cracklers and the Fungi Masters. You could probably start doing bigger mobs. Go to Tanila, I can't pronounce it, and start doing the Gobble Dungeon. You can also go to Bandit Territory and fight Darksmith, Dark Miners. Continue with Piglets and Lousy Pigs and Treechnids. Continue there. But you could also do the quest to go to Wabbit Island and start fighting small Wabbit mobs. You can start doing Quacks, which are located here. And also there's a quest to go to Pandala Island. You can start fighting drunken Pandawas. From levels 41 to 60, if you're free to play, continue with Schaefer's and Field Dungeon mobs and the bigger mobs in the forest. Pay to play opens up a lot more. Opens up more areas around this level. If you've done the dungeon, Lord, I can't talk today. If you've done the quest to get to Pandala and Otami Island, continue doing the Coral Beach mobs. And can continue doing Blops and Darksmiths and the Fungi and the Gobble Dungeons. And you can still do Lousy Pigs, but you can do bigger groups. Bamboo Twos and all the plant mobs in the Pandala forest. They're good to level on. You could go to Borks. Borks open up around these levels. Grocer Rats. They're a really good experience too. You can find them in the sewers in Brockmar and Bonta. You can start going to Cania Moors or any Cania where you find Canagers, but be careful. They do, make sure you go with a group. Plain boars open up. They're located here. Also, Scaraleafs are starting to open up to where you could, but be careful of their resistance. Make sure they're weak to your element. And continue with Wabbit Islands. There's also, you could go to the cemetery. And fight vampires. Level 61 to 80. If you're free to play at this point, you really should subscribe and leave Astro. Oh, I forgot to mention, when you're level 50, you can start doing Coliseum and Doppels. Doppels is a good place to experience. Anyway, back to level 61 to 80. Uh, Pay to play. You can open up Blop Dungeon. Make sure you have an AP and MP taker. Continue with Blops and Canagers and the Gobble Dungeon. But kind of new areas start to open up. You can find you a group, about a level 500 group, and start doing the Brockmar Rat and Bonta dungeons. Continue with Coral Beach. Continue with all that we've talked about. But now you can start adding dragons. They're located here. But beware of their resistances and be careful they aggro. You could do grassy plain mobs on Otami Island. Coalax in certain areas. Moon Island, only solo beach monsters at the moment. Continue with the Scare Leafs and the Vampires and then Wabbit Islands, but you can, start fighting bigger mobs. Wiganax and Cidamote Moors, they give pretty good experience. Levels 81 to 120. Pay to play. Continue with the areas we talked about above. And actually, this opens up fire foes. But make sure you avoid Sorios unless you can get a group that can deal damage in all elements, because Sorios have different resists. Try to solo Gobble Dungeon, but that's not recommended above until above 100. Continue with Coral Beach, Dragons, Grassy Plains, Canagers, and the Coalax, and the Plain Boars. You could probably start doing some Pandakazis on the Pandala. They're located in the different areas here. Continue with Coalax and the Bonta Cemetery. And actually, you can probably venture to Frigos Island and start finding the single mobs there in the city. Levels 120 to 200. Stone Tusk Desert with a group. These people hit hard. So you wanna find a good decent group with you. Agony Valley. Burbs Gully on Otami Island. Total group level should be about 900 to 1000. Continue with the Bonta and Brockmar Rat dungeons. Canada dungeons with a group of 3 or 4. It's in the Cidamote Moor. You can solo Crackler dungeon. You can start doing dark jungle mobs. Total group should be about 300 to 400. Continue with dragons. Divine dimensions open up, but make sure you have a group. There's the different dimensions right here. You continue on Feudala, and you could probably try Firefoe Dungeon. And actually, a very good place to level also is Fungus Cavern. Total group size should be about 1,000 to 1,300. Calyptus Forest, you can solo mob there. Canager still solo there. Lord Crow. All the dungeons that open up. Minotaur, Coolidge. Actually, another good place to level is on Pandala. It's called Nophilus Island. Fight ghosts there, but try to avoid Tanuki Sand ghosts. They're pretty. They hit really hard. Unless you have really high levels. Moon Island in the Forbidden Jungle. Rainbow Block Lair. Soft Oak. The Forbidden Jungle. Then you can go to the Zoth Village. And fight Zoth mobs. Tricky Holo foliage mobs with snailments. Trolls. Solo if you're around 190. And then finally, the best place to go when you're higher level is Frigost Island. I hope this answers a lot of your questions. And if not, you can PM me in game like normal. And good luck leveling, and I hope this guide helps you out. Y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching.